We use problem-based and research-based learning, which is a very interactive style of teaching. It means that our students work together a lot in small groups. They work on projects, they work on solving research questions. We do have some traditional lectures as well, but even those are very interactive because the program is rather small. So even in traditional lectures, there will be lots of questions from the side of the students, and it becomes a discussion as well.
The nice thing is that we get taught by people who are actually in that field of research. So you can ask anything you want, basically.
There's a lot of learning by doing, and we do practical skills. We're given a task and we have to find our own way through it. And we do journal clubs where we discuss papers together, and this is really good because we learn from each other's questions. It's very engaging, and often we have guest lecturers, and these are specialists in their field, maybe talking about their own research paper that they've written themselves. And they know all the background. It's really motivating.
In this master, we have students for diverse backgrounds with mathematical or biological bachelors. The problem-based learning method that we have in this university improves the communication between different fields. That is very important for research, so I think that's a very good point of studying here.
We have actually 3 types of assessments depending on the course. So for regular courses and compulsory and elective courses, we have written exams and some other type of competency-related exam, including writing a proposal, some sort of oral presentation, lab report, etc. Then for project period, where we practice research-based learnings, we have students write a proposal and also present and defend their results as a group oral communication. And master thesis, which is the third class of courses that we have, involves a proposal, midway assessment, and an oral presentation and a written thesis at the end.
In all of our courses, students are assessed at least 2 points during the course. So for instance, in my maths course, we have a final exam, but we also have some coursework where we test how you program. In my machine learning course, we don't even have a final exam, but we have some coursework, and also we assess how people perform in the journal clubs as the course goes along.
This is something that varies between courses. Some courses have a final exam. Other courses, you're assessed on your participation in class or on assignments during the course. But these are 8-week courses. The exam is never the only component. You're always assessed on at least 2 different components of your work during the course. So the exam is never everything, but you do have to score well across the board. And I find the most difficult thing about exams is that because the courses are short, your knowledge is still very fresh when you're going into the exam.
During the project period, students work in small groups for 4 weeks on a data set on a project, so they really get hands-on experience. And for example, they work on a model of the human brain, and within that model they then get to pose their own research question and work on the topic of their choice.
My favorite project so far was related with cardiovascular system biology course. It was related to an application of a computational model to see the influence of an anesthetic drug in the heart. It was very nice to work in this project because I could see how the knowledge that I acquired in my course could be applicable to real life research.
In one project that we've done recently, we were given some real patient data. It was gene expression data, and we set out to analyse it. We were just in small teams of 2 or 3 people, and it was 3.5, just under 4 weeks. We had to present papers and present a summary of our research at the end of the work. And because it was real patient data, it was really totally different from getting a dummy set of data that's been drawn up by somebody. So all the real pitfalls were there. We had to find the source of the data and ask a lot of questions to the people who originated it. And we saw a lot of real world problems. We were on a hugely steep learning curve. It was really difficult, but we worked together and it was also very satisfying.
So master thesis takes place on the second year of the master studies and is an opportunity for students to actually perform independent research and practice further their research and scientific skills. So students have to first come up with a proposal or proposal plan for their thesis. Then they need to execute the work and analyze the data. And finally, they need to defend it as an oral communication and also put together a written thesis at the end.
During the master thesis, students work on a research project of their own choosing, and that can be, of course, many different things. So some choose to stay with us at Maastricht University, others go to a research institute, a company, and that can be either in the Netherlands or abroad. As long as the topic fits within the field of systems biology, that's all possible. So the master thesis starts in November of the second year and takes up the rest of the academic year. It's a long period. And it ends with a written thesis on the project work, as well as a defense, after which the students can graduate.
I'm completing my master thesis at the Zuckerman Mind, Brain and Behavior Institute at Columbia University in New York City in the Neuroscience department. For the thesis, I'm studying patterns of neural activity in the hippocampus. This region of the brain has been implicated with episodic memory, namely the ability of the brain to connect experiences to places and to link concepts that are useful to make sense of the world. So far, I have enjoyed my stay here tremendously, and it has given me valuable research experience and insight into the workings of a competitive research lab in the US.
I'm doing my master thesis at the biggest tech health company in the world. And the name of this company is Medtronic. I apply predictive analysis, also known as machine learning, on a patient's healthcare dataset in order to make predictions for future patients. I'm very thankful for this opportunity to do my internship at this great company. And what I like most about my internship is that whenever I find a result, it can immediately be applied in practice inside of hospitals. And that is, I think, really amazing. And it was for me the main reason why I chose this master program.
So as director, I am the study advisor for the master students. So actually, master students can make appointments with me to discuss concerns about their studies, any issue they had with a course or a study plan, and I take care of all the advising in that aspect. And if necessary, I also may assign them to external or internal coaches if they have questions related to research skills or professional skills they want to ask someone about.
Everybody here in the staff, in the academic staff and the administration staff in Max Bio and Maastricht University are very nice people, and the teachers are very enthusiastic and very passionate about the research, and you can talk to them easily, and they always offer their help in guiding students in research questions or finding an internships. And the administration staff is also helpful, and it feels like not teachers and students, it feels like a big family here in Maastricht University. So I find it very convenient for students and very comfortable environment to thrive as a researcher or in academia.
Well, we have a lot of contact with our teachers. It's very easy to speak to the teachers, it's very easy to ask them questions. And you have to learn the skill of asking good questions, knowing when to ask, and also of knowing when you have to work things out for yourself. But yeah, because it's so easy to make contact with the teachers, it's one of the skills, in fact, that you develop: how to ask, when to ask, what to ask about. You don't expect everything to come pre-packaged and ready-made like it did, for example, on my bachelor's. Here on the Masters, it's much more about taking initiative.